Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this could be a hard video for me to record because I just watched this newly unearthed clip of Meghan Markle's first royal engagement with the Queen, and in the clip fans actually recorded Meghan and the Queen exiting a building and getting into the car to be chauffeured back to their next event. And in the clip, the Queen touchingly picks up a blanket and she gestures to Meghan for Meghan to put it on her lap, which I'm not sure if Meghan accepted. It kind of was half on her lap and then not. And then they drive off, and you can just see the fragility of the Queen, and it's rather upsetting that Meghan Markle has repaid the Queen in such an awful way by trashing her, the establishment and her country, because you can really see how they tried, and that is sad. That makes me quite sad. Obviously I can't put the footage in the video because I believe it's copyrighted. I'm not sure. If I can, I will. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get pictures and I'm just going to read it out to you with what the journalist has written. So it says here, footage has emerged after the Duchess of Sussex told Oprah Winfrey about the kind gesture in her bombshell interview. The minute-long clip, filmed a month before her wedding, shows Meghan, 39, and the Queen, 94, making their way to a car. They get into the vehicle after saying goodbye to waiting dignitaries when the monarch appears to offer the throw. The Duchess told Winfrey, 67, and millions of viewers how the monarch said, "Meghan, come on," put her blanket across both of them. The video was filmed by Eileen Owens, 56, who was watching the interaction from the Coach House Inn. The pub is owned by her husband, Leslie Owens, 62, and the pair looked on with delight at the same time. But Eileen said they had no idea of the significance of that moment until the interview with Oprah. Meghan and the Queen had gone on an overnight rail trip to Cheshire to open the new Merseygate Bridge. They had been greeted by cheering crowds in Chester and also joined the rest of Britain in observing a minute's silence to remember the victims of the Grenfell Tower fire on its first anniversary. Eileen said of the video, "At the time it just seemed like a sweet gesture. It seemed like they were quite close. The two seemed to be chatting and getting on quite well, and the Queen really seemed to like Meghan. It wasn't just the Queen that liked her either. Everyone watching seemed to adore Meghan. People watching were screaming her name." Meghan told Oprah, "The Queen has always been wonderful to me. I really love being in her company. We were in the car going between engagements, and she has a blanket that sits across her knees for warmth, and it was chilly. She was like, 'Meghan, come on, put it over my knees as well.' It made me think of my grandmother. She's always been warm and inviting and really welcoming." And the moment, just seeing the actual moment in 3D is touching because it very much reminds me of something that my grandmother would do for me and always has done for me. Even when I think about it, oh my God, tears are coming up, right? So it's just so tragic that this heartbreaking situation has taken root and that they decided to do this interview in light of the fact that I can clearly see that the firm tried and the Queen tried, and she is a true victim in this. And despite anything that was said, despite any untoward comments that were made, I don't think that those small comments were enough for them to A, do the Oprah interview, and B, leave the firm kicking, moaning and screaming. Because who's really won? After all of this, no one is a true winner. They could have gone away silently into the night and gotten their $1 billion empire without having to go on and on and on about security and titles and all these other things. It's just very cruel and it's very hurtful, because I know that they done their best. That's personally how I feel about it. So I'm going to read a little bit more of the article. Eileen and Leslie were watching the interview when they realised Meghan was describing a moment they had witnessed firsthand. She said, "I couldn't believe it when I heard Meghan telling that story, because I knew exactly what she was referring to. I just thought, wow, when I found the video on my phone, at the time that we were watching it didn't seem too important, but it obviously was for her. For that moment to spring to Meghan's mind and for her to recall it on TV 3 years later shows it meant a lot to her. The video was taken after a visit to the town hall when the pair left via a police station exit. It comes a day after Buckingham Palace released a statement in response to allegations made by Meghan in the interview. It said the whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. Harry, Meghan and Archie will always be much loved family members. Meghan had claimed in the sit-down that an unnamed royal had inquired about the colour of her unborn child's skin. The Queen is said to be likely to quiz Prince Charles and Prince William, among others, in private about these allegations. And that is the end of the article. And the statement from the palace clearly reveals that, quite simply, they was unaware of why exactly they had left. It has been sprung upon them. They clearly did not know what was going to be said during the interview, which makes it all the more painful and hurtful. So a person has commented on the article and said, "Miss Markle has opened a massive can of worms that will sell their stories to the media. You cannot go on a worldwide media centre stage and expect no response. Freedom of speech you believe in. Let's wonder what skeletons there will be. I do worry for Harry's mental health. This is just not his life. Meghan is, I think, very unstable with visions of grandeur in her quest for global recognition and adoration. She is not and never will be loved like Diana was." Someone else has gone on to say, "There we are. The press proves the old girl is really just a sweet old granny. How convenient." Someone else has said, "Meghan probably enjoyed being with the Queen because she thought only the Queen was her equal." This is the end of the video, and it's just really sad because that's evidence and proof that there was love there. There was definite love there, and she did try and make her feel a part of it. I'll be back for another video. Bye guys.